Okay, so welcome everybody to the June 2022 Ask Your Guides Redux. And this is Redux because if you were here last week or if you've seen the video, the power went out right in the middle of our session. So we are reduxing here today to catch all those questions that got missed last week and if there are any new ones that are showing up. So we're going to be here about 90 minutes today talking. Be sure and put your question, just the word question is all you have to put in the chat. And then I'm going to go down the list in order. When I get to your question, then you can let me know what the details are. Or if you can't tell me, you can always type it out. So let's see. Well, before we start with the questions, let me back up a minute. Sorry, I'm just a little bit frazzled today trying to get everything together. It's been a really crazy week and you're probably feeling that too. So let's take a moment, just do a little grounding because I think that will be helpful for everybody. So sit back, close your eyes, take a couple of deep breaths. Oh, let's just call in my team, your team, the larger team to come and be with us today in this space as we gather this sacred time together with Divine to ask our questions, to receive the guidance that we desperately need, to receive the love. All of that love that's pouring out on us. Oh, and it's really, really strong today. And that's probably because it has been a really difficult number of days. And perhaps you're feeling that as well. So they're bringing the extra love today, like this big, soft blanket covering us in this beautiful love to let us know they are there with us through all of it, no matter how challenging. We will get back up. There will be brighter days ahead, even if you feel like you're knocked on the ground right now. All of this negativity needs to come out to be exposed and transmuted to the light. And that's what we're going through right now. So it's kind of painful and extra challenging while we're going through that. But just stand in the love and the light of your angels. Allow them to embrace you. Hold you tight whenever you feel a little unsteady on your feet. They will not let you fall. They will guide you through because you, dear light workers, are here today for a very important purpose. You chose to come to this particular consequential lifetime to be a part of the next expansion of humanity's evolution, to move into fourth dimension and to Earthtopia. That's why you're here. It was very purposeful. It was very intentional. You wanted to be here for this. So together, that's what we're going to do. And it is going to take a lot of togetherness. So yes, they're reinforcing that love energy again. And now the white light is beaming down and it's encompassing your entire body. It's expanding to include our entire group. We're all included in this humongous dome of brilliant golden white light, protecting, lifting up, supporting us as we move forward together. In this space, in this time, know that you're safe and protected. Here's where you can come and ask your guides for anything that you need, and they will bring you answers. So thank you to all that is for being with us today. Thank you, all of you, for being here today. And with that, open your eyes. Let's come back and let's dive into these questions. Okay, so Kelly, we left off with you. Would you like to repeat your question just so we'll have it? And then we'll start from there. So can you just repeat your question so we'll have it and it'll be clear for me as well?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay, there's something weird going on. I don't know if it's my computer or what, but I don't know if I remember the exact question, but it was something in the realm of I'm doing this program that I'm supposed to focus on what it is that I love and I want to manifest, but I feel blocked. I can't, it's like I have no passion. Like I can't figure out what it is that I might want. I mean, I've manifested things in the past. I've manifested 2 great jobs and in my house and several other things. So I know how to do it, but it's like I feel like I'm kind of lost. Like I'm perfectly happy in my life, but I can't think of what it is I want to do, be, or have that brings passion or love. And I need to know if it's a fear block or what's going on.
Okay, so for Kelly, can you help us with this? How does she connect with her passion? What can you share with her about her passion? So what I see, Kelly, is a blackboard, and you're cleaning the slate. You're starting over. It's a new chapter of your life. So part of the problem is you're focusing on the past. It's done. Now you've got this clean slate in front of you without all that other stuff cluttering it up. You're free for the first time in probably decades to start fresh, to decide what you want. And it's taking you a little time to bring that all together because you want to keep going back to the past instead of focusing internally. Go to your solar plexus, focus internally, feel it. Just allow yourself to be in that space without the pressure. If that pressure is blocking you. So it's like focus on just being Kelly, experiencing life today as the new version of Kelly. Allow that passion to come in. Because if you keep trying to go back to what you've already written, you're not going to be open to what new is coming in.
Well, I've been working on that every morning when I wake up. You know, I ask my guides and my higher self, you know, what is it that I love? What is this thing that I'm that's trying to find me? And I've been working on this for months now, and it just nothing's.
Yeah, it's like you're spinning, right? You're tailspin, and that's blocking you. So let go of that need to have it now. Just allow it to unfold. That's part of it. And when you, for all of you, this is important to know. When you go to your team and you say, you know, tell me what I want, they're going to say, I don't know. What do you want? We're here to help you, but you have to decide. You are the sovereign soul. So take the pressure off of yourself. Find some little thing to focus on. Do that. That will get the energy moving, which will help you then to flow into more. But I also want to revisit the vision I was having at the end of the last call. So you were all bound up, wound around with this big fat yarn, and it was holding you tight. So there was fear there. And then I asked them to show what that was all about. And I was getting this vision of you in a past life as this like goddess warrior who kind of had an Amazonian look, big and strong and the leader. So I want to take that back, ask them if they want to finish that vision, because I know there had to have been more, or maybe give us something different. So hang with me for a moment. So can you help us connect to whatever that story was you were trying to share with Kelly? The source of this block, this fear that's holding her back. Can you share what that's about? Yeah, so I see you kind of look like, you know, the Xena warrior princess kind of a thing, you know, so there you are, and you're standing in front, you're the leader of these people. You're a co-leader though, you're not doing it all by yourself. That's an important piece of the story. Okay, so what is it about that story that's important for right now? That's what we need to know. So even though you were holding that role for your people and you were this powerful leader, there was something inside of you that didn't feel like you measured up, that you were not enough. That was always there in that particular lifetime. That was holding you back from fully expressing yourself as the leader. And if you had asked any of your people, they would have all sworn you were perfect, you were strong, you did exactly what they needed. But inside of you, you didn't believe that. It's like imposter syndrome. So, okay, so in that lifetime, you were elevated to that position of leader because the previous one had been killed. You weren't ready yet. You were still in training. You got shoved into that job before you were ready. And in the doing of that, it's almost like somebody shoved you from behind, bam. And it's like you left your solar plexus behind. You know, can you get that visual? It's like, bam, you're gone up there. And it's like the rest of you still back here. It's like, I'm not ready. And try as you might, even though you did fine and they were happy with you, you couldn't get that out of your head. It just stuck with you. Okay, what's she supposed to do with that though? You're supposed to understand that it was never true. It was just a story you told yourself to compensate for the insecurity and the lack of certainty that you felt inside. But here's what you didn't get. When the previous leader was taken out, she didn't have time to share with you. Kelly, everybody feels that. It's not just you, it's normal. Everybody feels like there's a little more I should be doing. It's not quite enough. But you didn't have anybody to explain to you that that's not true. And if you had sat down and interviewed your followers, as I said, they would have all told you you were more than enough. But you couldn't get beyond that insecurity, that need to have somebody validate you. Yeah, that's what it's about. Your angels say right now, we are validating you, Kelly. You're already enough. You're more than enough. You prepared for this for lifetimes. Let that go. Just be, breathe, relax, and allow yourself to do what feels good to you today. And tomorrow, do the same thing. And as you get up each day with this bright, fresh promise of a new day, and you allow yourself to be, to enjoy, to relax, allow, breathe, you'll start getting clarity. You haven't decided yet. And until you decide, you won't know. But you won't know until you go out and you try some new things to experience them, to feel the one that really lifts you up. So you haven't discovered it yet, and that's okay. You don't automatically come stamped with that, because then you wouldn't be a sovereign soul. You are now stepping into your sovereignty, and it's different. It's a challenge. You weren't quite ready for it. You didn't expect this. So it brings up that past life where it was even more visceral, because you're not in that position now. You don't have all those people standing there looking to you to lead them, and you feeling inside, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Now it's just you, Kelly. So relax, let go of that old fear. That life is over. In this life, you've already learned so much. You've amassed a lifetime's memories and treasures, gifts, abilities. Now it's just a matter of pausing to allow it all to gel, come together into the new version of who you want to be. And that's still being created. You are the artist standing in front of the canvas. You're painting it. Your masterpiece is not yet done. So let go of that pressure. I know you've got the class, and that's putting the pressure on you. So kind of let that go. You can just make something up to satisfy the class, right? Allow,
yeah.
and maybe go back to childhood and pick something that you dreamed about when you were a kid, and put that in its place. Make it the placeholder, but don't rush your process. You're in a whole new stage of processing than you've ever been before. It's very consequential. So you don't want to rush. You just want to allow it to unfold.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome. So come back and let us know how it goes.
I will.
Okay. All right. Linda, you were here last week, and did you have a question? Linda Kay? There you are.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. I was just wondering if my guides wish to share anything with me at this time.
So for Linda, do you have a message for her this morning? I'm hearing this song, Forget Your Troubles, Come On, Get Happy. Remember that song?
Yeah.
I think Judy Garland was famous for singing that song. So they're encouraging you to embody that energy. Let all the heaviness, and it's especially appropriate today, isn't it, for, you know, been hit with. So what they want us all to know, not just you, Linda, so thank you for being the stand-in for that, is even though this really feels crushing and defeating, it's a distraction, it's temporary. You know, the darkness is pulling out every single trick they've got to distract us, to hold us back, because they want to maintain power. They're not going to maintain power. They're on their way out. That's an old paradigm. We are shedding it like an old skin. It's on the way out. So for us today as light workers, it's about holding that trust and faith, moving forward, doing everything that we can in each day. Like I got an email yesterday that they're going to have a rally in our local town for Planned Parenthood and for women's rights. So David and I are going to go, we're going to go attend the rally. We can lend our energy to that. So we can all do that wherever we feel led to lend our energy to be a part of moving us forward into this new paradigm. Because it's not about abortion. It's a bigger picture. It's about the divine feminine rising, taking back our power and fixing all the damage that's been done from these generations of men who are into war, into killing, holding people down, not allowing them to freely express their soul purpose. We are moving into that light period where it's all about living, embodying your soul purpose. That's loving one another, seeing one another as divine, beautiful souls, no bigotry, lifting everyone up for the good of all. That's what we're moving forward towards. So is there anything else that you want to share with Linda? They're clapping and saying, yeah, that's it. Move forward in that energy, Linda. The doubts, the insecurities, the fears, push them back. You're done with them. It's time to move forward in confidence because you are this amazing warrior soul. You came here at this time to be a part of this evolution, to be one of the 144,000, if you will, that move forward, propel us into the new era, the joy, the love. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's just,
It's scary at times. Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah. Just as with Kelly, the doubts, the fear, the uncertainty, but everybody feels that because you're stepping into something new and bigger than who you thought you could be. So put out your arms. We're all walking arm in arm into this. None of us are doing it alone. We couldn't. We're all doing it together. So when you feel that fear and doubt, lean on your angels, ask them to come in closer, lean on your fellow light workers. But know that you can do this. You're ready to do this, or you wouldn't be here right now.
yeah, just keep pushing forward. I had another question. I'm considering moving to a different state to be closer to my daughter and grandchildren. And I was wondering if that was an optimal move for me in, say, 3 months or 6 months.
So is it an optimal choice for Linda to move closer to her family? Yes. And would it be an optimal time to move in 3 to 6 months? Yeah, I see green lights all the way on that.
Okay.
So yeah. And again, it's back to doing what feels right and good to you. So as long as it's
Yeah,
right and good to you, it's perfect.
yeah, it just means moving to another state, quitting my job and looking for another one. So it's
Yeah,
scary.
well, you've got the internet, so you can shop and find something before you even get there.
Yeah,
Maybe you find something virtual, so it doesn't matter where you are.
okay.
There's a lot of that out there right now.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay. Good morning, Janny. Colleen, do your spirit guides want to tell you anything at this time? So for Colleen, what would you like to share with Colleen at this time? I'm seeing you morphing into a bird, and it's a really large, it's a raptor. I'm hearing falcon. So you've morphed into a falcon. And what is that about, Colleen? That's strength, right? That's vision, that's clarity, that's courage. Because what does that falcon do? They're soaring high above. They have this view of everything. So they have this crystal clear clarity. They're wise, they're swift. All of these amazing qualities of that falcon are yours to embody right now. So can you speak, Colleen, and let me know if that's making sense to you? Are you needing that energy right now? Is that what that's about? Colleen, can you speak to that at all? Okay, I'll just see if there's any more to the vision. So what do you want to know about this? Why the Falcon? What's that all about? I'm feeling like you're facing some challenges right now, Colleen, and they wanted to give you this vision of yourself so that you would know that you are up to the challenge, whatever it is. And you can call in your Falcon friends, which would be angels, right? Call in your angels to help you. Don't do it alone. If you're feeling like you're alone and you're feeling oppressed, you're not. You're never alone. So call upon them to support you through whatever this is, because it's feeling like some kind of a challenge that has kind of got you down right now. But know that you can soar above it. You can get up there, you can get the big picture, so that will inform you as to what you can or what you need to be doing to move yourself forward. But just keep moving forward. Don't let anything stop you. You have a purpose. There's a reason for you being here. So it's just in each and every day, taking those baby steps to move yourself forward in whatever way you can, leaning on your support, your angels. Just keep going. Don't let anything stop you. And then, of course, call out for help when you need help. So since you're not able to speak, we'll leave it at that. And if you needed something else, just put that in the chat for me. Good morning, everybody. I see Kat and Nicole. Everybody's saying they can hear. So I guess that was a question in the beginning. Kat G, you have a question. Okay, go ahead.
Good morning.
Hi.
Hi. So I would like to know more clarity on, if my guides have clarity on this tea house that I've been working very hard to bring into fruition. So I know last time I had met with you guys, the guides had said I'd be securing the brick and mortar building at the end of this month. And that kind of threw me for a loop because I honestly did not anticipate that. So I've been taking all of the steps to get that going. And I'm just wanting to know, let's see, when is the ideal time to launch my Kickstarter? And is the amount I'm asking enough to accomplish the tasks of purchasing, furnishing, and opening my business? I know that we're coming out of kind of a weird time as far as monies and stuff goes. And I kind of felt that. That's why I haven't launched the campaign, because I feel as though I'm a little hesitant. And I know I need to get over that fear, but I just would like some clarity on that bigger picture. And if it is the ideal time to launch my Kickstarter, and if I'm asking for a sufficient amount to successfully open and purchase that tea house.
All right. So for Kat, would now be an ideal time to launch the Kickstarter for her tea house project. They're saying the sooner the better. Yeah, get that moving. You need to go with that. And then what about the amount? Is the amount that she is presently considering asking sufficient? No, no. You're thinking too small. You're not giving yourself enough elbow room.
Exactly. Okay. All right. So
I just learned yesterday about Kickstarters. So you set the amount to whatever you think is realistic. If you don't reach that amount, you don't get any of the money. You know that, right? Okay. So
exactly.
here's how you get around that. When you're maybe you're close and you're not quite there, put that money in yourself to fill it up, because then you won't lose everything else. And I don't know anything about Kickstarters. I was in a class last night and they taught that. So it was for you, apparently.
Yay. Well, thank you. Yeah, it's all new to me. And since that last meeting, I just like went from 0 to like 60. I'm like, okay, let's go. And I'm like, okay, now I'm in this realm of looking for grants and loans and the Kickstarter. And I'm like trying to learn and master and understand everything. And the Kickstarter it just flowed easy for me. And I'm like, okay, I created this and I've been holding on to it when to launch it. And I know like part of me, like I think my higher self is like, no, do it. And then like me now, I'm like, no, I'm nervous. I'm scared because it doesn't get funded unless it's fully funded by your backers. And
Yeah.
I'm like, well, what if I don't meet that? And the amount that I'm asking, I know is not big to many, but to me, from my humble beginnings, it's a lot.
Yeah, you got to
And
get over that because you've got a big project here. Don't hold yourself back. So, you know, the rule of thumb used to be in business that when you do an estimate on something, add 20% because most people underestimate. So let's just ask that question. Would 20% additional to her present number be enough? No, you need to go a little bit more than that. Okay, so 30% more? 30% is good. Add 30%.
okay, I will do that. All right.
Let
So I
all
thought,
Allow those people who want to help you. They're out there. They want to help. They'll be excited to be a part of this, right? And
hard time finding out who that is. I put myself out there, and it's
everybody and anybody, you put it on all your social media, you tell all your friends, you plaster it all over town, you know, because there might be people show up who don't even know you, but they just like the idea. Like in this conversation last night, this was an author talking. They're doing Kickstarters for books now. So they had this program going. Some anonymous person put in $1,000 into the Kickstarter for a book. Who would have ever thought? But they liked the idea. They wanted to be a part of it. It felt good, and they did.
very cool. That's
Why
awesome.
can't that happen to you, right? Just
Yeah.
open up for the universe. Say, okay, universe, I'm putting it out here. I'm, throwing out my sheepskin, right? You know that story from the Bible, the sheepskin? Yeah, so throw the sheepskin out, allow them to put more on there. So what if you even go over the amount you ask for?
That
It
would
could
be huge.
because you're getting the angels to help you. You're not doing it alone. You're not blocking it by saying, this is just little old me. How can I do this? It's so grand. You wouldn't have the vision if you weren't capable of doing it. So don't block it. Let the vision expand.
Definitely. I feel a lot more confident, and I feel more empowered. Thank you so much.
And if the deadline of the end of the month for the bricks and mortar slips, that's okay. It wasn't set in stone. That was, a target at that time that can change over time. It can go either way, but you're still moving forward with the goal. You're doing everything you can. Your angels are going to meet you more than halfway to help you. So just keep going.
Thank you so much, Deborah. I'm so grateful. And I just want to know if there's anything else that my guides would like to share with me. I am open to receive, and I'm so grateful for anything to give me.
Okay, so anything else you want to share with Kat? I hear the words, it is done. How does it get any better than that? You asked, it is done.
Need that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Nicole, what's your question?
Hi, good morning.
Hi.
You look beautiful against that backdrop, by the way. So my situation is that I have a corporate job that pays me very well, and I do a good job at it. The company and my boss are pleased with me, but I'm not passionate about it. And so I have interest in other things like, spiritual coaching and healing and writing. And I'm wondering from my guides if there's any one of those areas that I'm more passionate about that I should be more focused on in the near term.
So what were they again?
Coaching, healing, and writing.
Coaching, healing, writing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So for Nicole, can you give her some guidance about a direction? Coaching, healing, writing. Is there one that's better than another? They're saying you need all of those as you
Okay.
move forward. They all work together. It's not like you separate them out. You know, they're
Yeah,
all components of what you're going to be doing as you move forward. So
that's
you're a multifaceted individual. Bring all of that. Don't leave anything behind.
okay. That's how I've been feeling as well. And I guess just a couple follow-up questions. Is there a timeline when I can expect to be able to move away from the corporate world and pursue more of these passionate interests, and still be able to contribute financially to my family in a way that we feel secure and comfortable with?
Mhm. Are you planning some kind of a transition from a bridge? So you don't just,
Yeah. Yeah, a bridge more so, where I'm doing these things on the side and building a business and that sort of thing. So I guess it's more so of when can I finally leave the corporate world, I guess, is more of the question.
just take the final leap. Okay, so
Yeah.
you give Nicole a time frame for when she might be able to quit the corporate job and start her business, leap into that business. I'm getting 5 years,
Okay.
which seems like a really long time, but
Yeah.
you know, maybe that's what it's going to take to ramp up and move into it.
Yeah.
Now, don't overlook the possibility that you might be able to go part-time at the corporation on your
True.
way phasing out. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. So
Yeah.
it could be that during that period of time, at some point, you're able to persuade them to let you go part-time as your business grows. And that's the most stable, smoothest path to get you from one point to the other without rocking the boat in your family.
Okay. Okay. And then I guess just one final follow-up question. Copywriting. Should I pursue? I've bought a course in the past and tinkered with it a bit, but I'm curious if I should pursue that at all or focus more on, my own spiritual gifts and that sort of thing. So I guess my question is, should I focus any effort into copywriting and freelance copywriting?
Okay. So freelance copywriting, would that be an optimal skill for Nicole to pursue? It's kind of in between. It's not
Yeah.
really like high up there, number one. So
Yeah.
you want to be doing writing? Is that you're wanting to get gigs writing?
Well, I've been writing on Medium at this point only, and I've done some freelance copywriting, a couple of small projects. And the freelance copywriting is really what got me into even writing on Medium for myself. But I just, really enjoy writing what I want to write about versus, another client's needs, I guess. And so that's why I'm trying to figure out, is the freelance copywriting supposed to be sort of part of that bridge to help me get into, being a full-time entrepreneur and that kind of thing. So that's where I've been a little confused.
How often are you writing on Medium?
Not that often. It kind of ebbs and flows. I've only got a few pieces out there so far over, the last 5 months, but it's been a tumultuous 5 months. I've had a father that's sick and things like that have kind of taken my time. So, anyhow, yeah, I feel, an urge to write pretty regularly, and I don't publish that often.
Yeah. So let me ask one more question. So about Nicole, is writing something that is wise for her to pursue? Oh, yeah. So you're probably one of those people who are just naturally wired to be able to write effectively, to communicate.
Okay.
So if that's the case, then you definitely want to do that. Now, specific to Medium, you've got to write more often to really make traction there. I would
Yeah.
recommend that you ask to be a writer on the Orange Journal,
Okay.
because they are right now putting a group together of reading each other's work to support and get more traction.
Okay.
To do that, there's a possibility that your work could get seen by somebody, which could lead to jobs. That's happened to some of the people in that group.
Okay.
You
That
want
makes
to
sense.
rub shoulders with like-minded people, right?
Yeah.
And it's also a friendly publication. So that could be really good for you. But the big thing about Medium is that if you show up more frequently, you're going to make traction faster.
Yeah.
And then also commenting on other people's stuff, because then they'll come and follow and comment on yours. So
I've seen that.
you need
Yes.
to allow time, because it's a social network, even though it doesn't look like it.
Right. Yeah. You're
Mine
right.
has grown by leaps and bounds over the past few months because I'm doing a lot of reading and commenting and making thoughtful comments, not just, nice story.
Right. Yes.
When you
Yes.
do that, people engage with you, and that will boost your stats so that you'll get seen by more people.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it very much.
Yeah. Good luck.
Thank you.
Annette, what's your question today?
Hi, Deborah.
Hi.
Just general, really. I just wondered if my guides had any general information regarding me going forward, please.
Okay. So what guidance do you have for Annette today? I'm feeling you out in the sunshine with the breeze. So there's a message about getting out more, getting the fresh air and the sunshine. It's like dust away it's spring cleaning time, right? Dust away the cobwebs, get out there and get invigorated, breathe that fresh air. That's going to be really a powerful strategy for you right now.
Okay.
Stretching your legs, getting out and moving. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Yeah, yes. I have been spending quite a bit of time outside, actually, just recently. So that
Good.
makes sense.
Validation to do more of that. And
Right.
it's feeling like I'm seeing you walking along this beautiful little, like a country village with the white picket fences, very idyllic. And you're meeting people, you're intertwining with people, you're having these connections that maybe you haven't had for a while. So there's something about that getting out, sharing that energy, connecting with others that's going to be important for you.
Okay, that makes sense. I actually live in a country village, so an old country village.
Oh, wonderful.
So,
You probably know a lot of the people then.
yes, quite a small community. Yes. So, and I actually wanted to, or I'm thinking of going forward, starting up something to do in the community, sort of helping others, helping people. And I'd like to get involved with healing. That's one of my passions. And I just wondered if that's something I need to put on hold for a while. Or
Whether you should put healing on hold?
yes, I just wanted to start something like, I don't know, I've got all these visions that I want to help people, and I want to get like hire a hall and get this community together, like afternoon tea, making cakes, bringing the community more together, because with all what we've gone through, everybody seems to be quite flat, and understandably. And I just feel it would be nice to lift everybody's spirits, even if it's just like bring a cake and have a cup of tea, coffee, or chat and things like that. I just got so many things whirling around in my mind, and I just think maybe I should just slow down a little bit.
Well, is it a kind of a village where you could make up a flyer and just walk around and put it in people's doors?
Yes, yes,
So
yes, it is.
start small. Find somebody who's got a place big enough. Maybe they've got a backyard or a deck or something where you could get a handful of people together for the first one.
Well, I've actually got enough on my land to do that. So that's what I was thinking of, sort of.
So like maybe a dozen people, 10, 12 people, invite them for tea and cake, tell them about your idea and get them to help you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I just, so many things, I just want to lift everybody up, because it's just so, as you say, it's been so difficult, and it still is difficult. And I think, it'd be nice to just do something. I even thought of a kind of barn dance type of thing, just to get people back together and enjoying themselves, rather than talking about all the negatives that are going on. It's like, okay, let's let that go by now.
Start modest, like the small group, see if there's enough interest with these people in
Yeah.
coming together and doing something bigger. And then who knows where it could go. But yeah, you're exactly right, because a lot of people went so far, so deep, that it's going to
Yes.
be really hard for them to come back out.
Yeah.
Some have even fallen into like agoraphobia.
Yes, yes, yes. Very similar where I am, because you can hear a pin drop where I live, literally, because everybody's just shut away, and it's that connection's gone. That's the kind of happy, smiley spirit has been dampened. Let's say it's not gone completely, and I just thought, well, it's got to be some way of just lifting it back up slowly. So,
That's why I saw you walking along that sidewalk and you're greeting all the people, connecting with them. And, you're like the Mary Sunshine, helping them to
right.
have that connection again. So yeah, that's a beautiful idea. And you could bring the healing into it.
Yes, that's what. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
see what kind of interest there is.
Right.
Just
Okay.
allow it to expand.
Yes. Just see where it goes, really, isn't it? I thought, yeah, maybe without a plan, just
Don't overthink it, because if you overthink it, you're going to get blocked. You won't move forward.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe I do a little bit of that. But also, just one more question. Can my guides tell me anything about the Romany Gypsy connection in my family, please?
Okay.
I'm going way back, Romany, the way, way, way back, not the old gypsies.
So for Annette, is there anything you could tell her about her connection to the Romany Gypsies? They're saying, yeah, it's there, it's in the blood, but it's been diluted over the generations. So you're feeling a calling to it,
Yes.
it's there, it's kind of being awakened in your blood. Maybe you can seek out some who are more in touch with those roots, who could help you to connect.
Right.
And
yeah.
that could come from your tea and cake. Maybe you're going to meet some people there. Right.
Okay. There's a strong connection, and my cousin's got it as well, but it goes back to my mum's mum, and there was somebody researched the family tree, and but I've just been thinking about quite a bit, and I only had it confirmed a couple of months ago that there was a Romany Gypsy connection, and I thought, wow, that's bizarre, because it's been so much on my mind. I kept thinking, well, yeah,
your blood,
different
it's
thing.
to you, it's trying to awaken. So if they did the family tree, can you trace out and find some people who are more connected to that way of life that you could meet and say, hey, we're family and love to get to know you and learn about you?
Could do, yeah, it might be worth. I didn't say, we kind of didn't go into it very far, but I just wondered what the real connection was, and it seems to be a lot more than I thought. So okay, that might be another interesting thing to do. So okay, that's fine. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Morella, you were here last week. Your question is, how can you find out about what happened in another life if you had a childhood of violence and abuse? So if you can unmute yourself, that would be great. And I'll see what I can find out. So for Mirella, are there past lives where there was childhood abuse or violence? I get a yes on that, but lots of people have that. It's not uncommon at all. Is there something specific that you want to know about that would be helpful, that would bring you peace? Morella.
Yes. Hi, Deborah.
Hi.
I have in this life abuse and violence. My father beat me when I was a child, and yes, I want to ask if there is something in another life to deserve this, because I didn't find my purpose in this life I live now. because I have only pain.
Mhm.
Yeah, only pain. I was married with some man, and I have violence from him also. And I have a daughter, and with her, I try to be good, to be kind, but sometimes what happens with my father, I think it was a moment where I did the same, and I'm very sorry for that.
It's a pattern. Yeah. So let's ask about that. So is there a past life connection with her present life father? Yeah. So you incarnated into that family so that you could work out these past life old patterns of abuse, right? And if there's nobody there to support you in the beginning, it's really hard to do that. So it can take a long time to work through it. So give yourself grace about that. When you know better, you do better. You are slowly moving forwards towards healing, towards doing better. You can heal anything with your daughter simply by changing your behaviors, right? You can't change what your father did or who he is, but you can change you. You can start releasing that victim energy, knowing that you are this beautiful, magnificent soul who Creator says, you're my masterpiece. I created you to come and live this exultant life of joy, peace, love, to express yourself in a way that pleases you. So if you're not doing something in this life that pleases you, that would be an important step for you to take, because that leads you towards your soul purpose. Your soul purpose is all about that thing that lights you up, that you want to do it so much. You just can't get enough of it. It excites you and ignites your passions.
Yes.
You have
Yes.
any inkling of something like that that you to be
Yes,
involved?
I want in the future to open a business. I work in spa, but for 15 years. But I want to open my business, and I want to know if I can do that.
Whether it's a choice for you to open your own business now?
In the future, yes. Now I don't have money, but I want to figure out how to have this money.
Okay. So is it an optimal choice for Morella to pursue creating her own business? If that's what you desire, yes. But you don't want to get into that place of magical thinking where it's just going to happen on its own. There's a path you've got to take. So if that's your dream and your desire, then you need to start taking steps to move towards that. Action
Okay.
is always required, not just
Thank
dreaming is good. Get you started, get the juices flowing, but then you've got to take action. You've got
Yes.
to
Thank
decide, what does it look like? How are you going to do it? Where are you going to, right?
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Very happy.
Hey, somebody's not muted here.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Hang on, you guys, I'm just gonna try and mute everybody to get rid of whatever that is that's going on in the background. No, I don't see that option. Okay, it's quiet now. So if you were not muted, please stay muted unless you're speaking to me, so we don't have all that background noise. That would be really helpful. Hey, warrior girl, you say silver and gold are the universal colors for divine mother and father. That's beautiful. Alyssa says that Kelly's message from spirit is relevant for many. Yeah, that's always true, that the messages that come through, because it's universal truth. So they apply to many people. That's an extreme blessing that we get out of our gathering. There's always more than just your question. Felicity, what's your question?
Hi, Deborah. Can you hear me?
Yes, hear you and see you.
Yeah, it's 4 a.m. in the morning here, so I'm half asleep.
Sorry.
My question is, how can I break free from this kind of fear of not feeling good enough?
Okay. So for Felicity, what can you help her with breaking free of not feeling good enough? They're shouting, jumping up and down and shouting. That is a lie. That is an evil lie that ego tells you it is not true. Your creator says you are perfect, beautiful, magnificent, resplendent, and brilliant. Brilliant. Do you get that? You're shining like a star. You're brilliant. Just allow that to be. Because I don't know about you, but I'm not going to argue with God. If God tells you that, it's like take it to the bank, believe it, right? So you always were good enough. It's just ego wants to hold you back, keeping you small and safe. So when ego whispers, oh, you can't do that. You don't have what it takes. Say, thank you for your opinion. I'm going with soul. Because soul says we're going to go soaring and I'm ready to soar. Yeah. Did we talk about the meditation where you meet ego and with soul and higher self to have a powwow?
I think I've read about you doing that was it in one of your books?
It was in the book. I wrote about it.
Yeah.
And if you go to the link that's in the book, you can get that meditation. Do that meditation because it will set you up to make friends with ego so that you stop having that stuff going on. It's a game changer.
Okay. Because I feel like I have this kind of tension in my upper back and neck, and I feel it's linked to that whole anxiety thing around it. And it kind of locks me up. And I've been trying to release it, and I'm not sure if there's something else there that's kind of blocking it.
So let's ask about that. The stress in the neck. Can you shed any light on what that is about? Yeah, it's all connected because it's like you got ego on one shoulder and soul on the other, and there's a conflict, right? So do the meditation. Allow that to kind of percolate for a while. You might even need to repeat it. If you do, that's fine. But what you want to do is make friends with ego so that you stop having this battle. Then it gets a lot easier. You want to get ego on board with the plans, persuading ego that, hey, this is going to be fun. You're going to enjoy it. So come on, let's all go do this together. What you're doing is you're moving from this state of separation into oneness with all the aspects of yourself. When you bring it all together into this team, this one team, all working together for the same purpose, it gets so much easier. And then those doubts can fall away.
Okay.
Because you know you're on a divine mission. If you're on a divine mission, what can hold you back? You just keep moving forward and flowing with ease into it and through it.
Okay, thank you. My second question was regarding about when I might meet my future soulmate.
Okay. So for Felicity, is there a soulmate out there waiting for her? Yes, indeedy. Okay, can you give a time frame for when she might connect with this person? Right now, the timeline, it's about 3 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But here's what they're also saying. Don't close yourself down to having relationships just waiting for that one person, because other relationships are your practice, your preparation, so that you'll be ready when you find that soulmate. There's a lot of lessons to learn to be ready to have that kind of a long-term committed relationship. So go out there, enjoy, connect with other people. Don't hold back.
Okay. Okay. One other question was just regarding this theatre show I'm creating. Is there anything that my guides want to tell me about where I'm at with it right now, or some of the things, the ideas that are coming in. Any guidance around where I'm at.
So anything you want to share with her about the theater show? They're standing up and giving you a standing ovation. Wonderful. Just keep going. Again, ego is interfering and putting doubt in there. Just flow with what feels good. Embrace your joy in this project, and it will be perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, you're supposed to have fun while you're doing it. Yes, it's a grand vision, but
Yeah.
the creating is the fun part too.
Okay. Yeah.
So as much as possible every day, seek that which brings you joy.
I've been feeling a bit stressed about like launching it in November and whether or not that's even something to be worried about. Whether I should just be letting the timeline happen as it happens.
Yeah, you more flow, less second guessing, because that's ego. Yeah. Try that and see how that feels.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Warrior girl, the 144,000 has been written in history for centuries, and the Church of the Romans twisted it to the dead rising. It was 144,000 light workers. Yeah, I've been getting that a lot lately. It keeps showing up. We just talked about it this week in my mastermind, that 144,000 from prophecy, that's the light workers, which brought up a deeper conversation, because you remember recently Metatron had said party like it's 2028, and I was trying to figure out, okay, what that is about. And we talked about that last week as well. So if you understand that it might be the 144,000 are the light workers that are going to fulfill the prophecy of Earthtopia, then 2028 isn't all that far away. 144,000 isn't that far away. We are moving towards it. So it's encouraging us that it's closer than we think. It's not some unreachable, unattainable goal. It's there, and stay in faith, keep moving forward. So yeah, thank you for that reminder. Colleen says it makes sense. Okay, good. Sanchia, what's your question?
Hi, Deborah. Okay, I'm actually not mobile anymore, so I can ask out loud. My
Okay.
question is that my family and I just went to view a home, and I wanted to know if that was our next home that we'd be moving into. 118 Amiable Loop is the address.
So the house at 118, is that the ideal new home for Sanchia and her family? Oh yeah, and I get this real warmth in my solar plexus. It's like an extra blessing on top of the yes.
Oh wow. Okay, awesome, because we love it. However, we have some competition, so I just wanted to kind of solidify. And my next question is my husband is has applied for a new position. The company is called Harbor, and I wanted to know if he will be successful in getting a job offer.
Okay, so is it highly likely that Sanchia's husband will get this job that he just interviewed for? So the job is his? I get a big yes.
Woo! Okay, awesome. All right, one more question. My finances, when can I expect my abundance, or a consistent flow of finances to come in for me personally?
All right. So is there a timeline you can give Sanchia for when the pipes will open up and the money will flow? Yeah, it's feeling like it's a light stream right now, and you're wanting to turn up the pressure.
Yeah.
So they're saying, Sanchia, stay in a state of gratitude for that light stream that you have, because it's not dried up. You do have some flow. When you have some flow, then you lean into that. You are in the state of gratitude, more will come.
Awesome.
So it's like every day you get up and you're celebrating what you've got.
Right.
That joy, that energy that you put forth, the
Mhm.
universe responds to that by bringing you more, because they say, oh, Sanchia, we see that you love this flow. We're going to bring you more.
Awesome.
Really
Okay.
in and celebrate.
Yes, I get that, and I do receive it. And I just wanted to know, how do I contact you for like a personal reading, or to be, to um, sign up for one of your classes? Because I would like more.
Go to my website and you'll find a page for readings. I don't have any classes scheduled right now. I might do something in the fall.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
You're on my mailing list or you wouldn't be here today. So
Absolutely.
yeah, when I announce a class, it'll be in the mailing. So you'll
Okay.
get notice before anybody else.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Carmen, what is your question?
Hi. Oh, well, it's a question of last week. It's about my sciatic nerve. It's 11 days that it's painful. And I'm wondering if what's the reason for it? And is there any negative entity or a lesson to learn? And will I ever heal for good?
Okay. So for Carmen, what can you tell her about pain in her sciatic nerve? Is it related to an entity? No, it is not. So you can let go of that. So is it a 3D issue, the sciatic nerve? Yeah, it's a physical issue. So was it caused by some sort of an injury? No. So what is the source? It's worry. It's attached to worry, Carmen. So what is it worrying about? Because it feels very deep. It's a deeply buried worry that you need to root out and let go. What more can you enlighten us about on that? Do you meditate?
A little bit, not much.
Okay, so go to my website. There is, go to the meditations page. There's a blue vortex of healing.
Okay.
It's a really powerful, energetically charged meditation. Try that. I'm going to also in chat here, I'm going to send you the name of a remedy that you can take that's really good for things like sciatica. It's called Hypericum perforatum.
Oh, boy, that's a big name.
Yeah, get it in a 1M. You can find it on Amazon or anywhere that sells homeopathic remedies. I would also, with that, take arnica.
Okay.
I'm writing it down so you'll have it here. You can copy it.
Okay.
And if you can get them in a 1M, I would get them in a 1M, or a 200C would also work. So I just put it in there for you. Oh, you know, I meant to make that public in case anybody else wanted it. Let me do that. There we go. These are great basic remedies I would not be without, because nerve pain can affect you all over your body, teeth and things like that. And this remedy is really good for anything related to nerve pain. So it should give you some relief. When you get it and the pain is really intense, I would take it 3 or 4 times a day until you get relief.
Would that interfere with the ibuprofen the doctor has prescribed me?
You might not need the ibuprofen, but you can take them at the same time. Homeopathics don't interfere with pharmaceuticals.
Okay, because I don't find it doesn't do much work anyway.
No, and they're bad for you. They do other bad things to your body. But Hypericum is just amazing for this kind of stuff. Will help you. When the pain is very acute, you take it more frequently. When it starts to ebb, then you take it less frequently. When the pain is gone, then you just don't take it. So after that, take as needed.
Okay.
That's how homeopathics work.
Okay. Well, I want to heal for real and not have that pain again. It's never been so bad.
If it's attached to worry, which is what they're telling me, you need to find out what that worry is. Do you know what it is? Does that make sense to you?
Well, it's money.
Okay. So
because
then
like with the, like I retired and like with everything going down and the crisis and the recession, the inflation, like it's worrying, I guess.
Yes. So for you and everybody who has that worry, here's what you do. Let go of the worry, because that's only going to make it worse. What you focus on expands. If you keep focusing on the price of groceries is going up and my income is staying the same, you're going to perpetuate that pain. Your sciatica is going to get worse. So you let that go, you breathe, you relax, you do some meditation, that's going to help. Then you get into a state of being in gratitude for what you do have, knowing that there are community resources you can reach out to. More and more of them are stepping up and bringing food for seniors because they know they've got to fill the gap somehow. Take advantage of those resources. Do what you need to do to take care of you. Don't worry, because worry only makes things worse.
Okay.
Make sense? So
Yeah, it does.
start doing that as much as you can every day. Get up in gratitude for the sun, for the fact that you're breathing, that you've got fresh air, you've got a roof over your head. Focus on every little thing you can in gratitude. Do a journal if you want.
Okay.
Really get into that energy, because when you do that, it expands. You've got more to be grateful for. That is the very simple technique that we can all use in times where lack is really feeling oppressing. Don't focus on the lack. That's a distraction. Focus on the abundance and the gratitude. Right now, if you're in a place where you've got spring, maybe you have an abundance of green grass.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, be in gratitude for that. Dance and sing on the street for the grass, for the flowers, for all of the beauty that surrounds you. Every little thing you can think of, and it will keep expanding.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Janny, you've got a question?
I do.
Hi.
I have been neglectful in my meditation and practices, just working in the backyard because it's that time of year, and Mark's been requiring more care. And so I'm kind of out of touch with my guides, and I just wondered if they have a message for me.
Okay. Well, remember, when you're working in the yard, you can be in a meditative state.
I have a hard time with that. I'm not sure how to do that.
Talk to your angels while you're working in the, just like they're there with you and you're having a conversation.
Okay.
Thank you for this beautiful grass, for this amazing tree. Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Thank you for being here with me. I feel your love. I mean, just anything like that. Just get it started.
Right. And I do that.
Yeah.
I mean, more readily than I ever used to, because it's more in the front of my mind. So
it's like there are friends standing right beside you and you're having a conversation. Did you see that? That was so amazing.
Yeah.
You know? And when you do that, it opens up the channel of communication so that you will hear more from them.
Okay.
So that's priming the pump.
Mm-hmm.
You can do that. All right. So for Janny, what can you share to lift her up today? We got your back, babe. No worries. Always with you. And I'm seeing them standing. There's two of them with you, both with the arms around your back, side by side, right? On either side of you. So you're walking forward with them. You're never alone. They're always right there beside you.
I never feel alone.
Yeah.
So
it's you get distracted by life and worries, and then you stop listening for them because you know how to do that. You've done it. So all you have to do is just get that pump by talking to them. It's like when you do automatic writing. If you just sit there and hold the pencil, waiting for something to happen, nothing happens.
Right.
You actually need to move it to get the energy flowing, and then something starts coming through.
Yeah.
So do that and you'll feel better. So what else can you share with Janny? Oh, they're beaming the most beautiful golden white light down onto you and saying, our dear blessed child, we love you to the moon and back. We see you, we feel you, we hear you. We're always here. And they're saying you do hear them, but you often dismiss it because you think you made it up or you think it's ego. And they're saying when you hear those loving, uplifting thoughts, that's us. That's us speaking to you. So when that happens, thank them for that. Acknowledge that you heard it. That's part of priming the pump. You're going to hear more.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So there's
Thank you.
something I'm feeling in your solar plexus. It's like in the pit of your stomach, right? There's a pit of sadness. There's a sorrow there. You need to spit that thing up, get it out of there, whatever that is.
Okay.
Take your troubles to them. Put it out there on the table. Don't hold it inside, because they can't help if you don't ask.
Okay.
So whatever that is, I'm seeing you throwing it up.
Okay.
So you might want to do a meditation where you work on healing that, allowing it to come up.
Okay.
If it stays there, it's going to grow roots, and it's going to move down into your sacral and your root chakra and block you even further.
Yeah.
Does that
Okay.
help?
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
Okay, Alyssa, what's your question? Oh, you're muted.
Okay.
There you go.
Hi. So my daughter was about to get a job offer, but HR needs to adjust the visa in Canada. She needs some x-rays and medical tests, and it takes like 2 weeks. But we're worried that the visa may take a long time for the adjustments and she may be passed over. Should she, just go with an, I guess she needs guidance, or I need guidance on how to guide her.
Okay. What is her name?
Kemi.
Cami?
Kemi, yeah.
Hi, Cami. Okay. So for a Cami, what about this job? Should she hold out for this job? Yeah, it's a good one, so hold out for it. Will the visa come through in time? Is it highly likely? Yeah, I get a highly likely the visa will come through in time.
Okay.
And also saying, don't hesitate to reach out to authorities for help. Like here in the States, if I was having trouble with something like that, I could go to my local congressperson or even senator and ask them to facilitate getting it through. So reach out to support systems like that.
Okay.
To help it move through.
Then do we need an immigration lawyer of some sort? A U.S. citizen trying to work in Canada.
Okay, would it be helpful to get an immigration? No, they're saying you don't need that.
Oh, just call.
Yeah, just deal with the local authorities, whoever they are, that can facilitate for you. And if you don't know who that is, are you on Facebook?
Yes. Okay.
Go to the local community Facebook page, ask for help there. Somebody might know and can point you to the right person. Like
Okay.
The mayor of the town, maybe. Because
Okay.
these people are in an official capacity, they have connections. They can at least point you in the right direction if they themselves can't assist. So
Right.
don't hesitate to reach out for help. You don't want to fall into worry, because that will push it away. You want to be into gratitude that it's going to come in plenty of time. But meanwhile, take action to help it come in plenty of time.
Right. Okay. I've been pushing her to just sit in, because they have to schedule for tests and sometimes it's 2 weeks out. I said, just go and sit in the waiting room and just see if they have an opening and someone doesn't show up.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah. Okay. So, because she wants, okay. So, but in the meantime, I assume that she still should be looking for other jobs, because she's been without a job for like 6 months.
Okay. Would it be wise for her to look for other
Yeah.
jobs in the meantime? She doesn't have to.
Okay.
This job is a good one for her. And, presuming all the pieces come together.
Okay. But search. Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
great. Thank you so much, Deborah, and your
Action.
guides.
The action is really important. Doing whatever you can to help it move forward.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Warrior girl, you're on the edge of your seat. Okay. What is your question today?
I'm just happy to be here. I'm glad that you did this again for everyone after last week. And I was just curious about what my guides have to say for me for the next few weeks. Anything in particular that they want to share with me? That'd be
So
great.
for Warrior Girl, anything you want to share about the next couple of weeks? I feel that heaviness, on the chest, like pressing down, lots of heaviness. What else? So they're showing you really do some deep breathing, get your lungs working, more focus on deep breathing right now to lift that heaviness from your chest. You need to create space because it's feeling very claustrophobic, like the walls are closing in on you. So you're going to battle against that by doing more deep breathing, which is expanding your energy. Does that make any sense?
Yes, I've been meditating a lot, 2-3 times a day, trying to, because yes, that's absolutely correct. That's why I'm asking for guidance.
So that's validation you're doing the right thing. So if you can even visualize your lungs super expanding when you're breathing, and that's like pushing all of that oppressive energy away, that's giving you more space so you're not feeling claustrophobic. Then in that more space, you're able to move around more. Okay. Then when you move around more, you have an opportunity to see more options that your guides are putting out there for you. You want to get out and have a chance to see breadcrumbs, right? So movement is important.
Okay. Yeah, I've been in a lot of pain. That's why I haven't been moving around quite a lot. So
yeah. So do you have something to help you with that pain?
Well, they gave me something, but it doesn't really help at all. It's getting worse fast.
What kind
of damage pain from strokes I had?
So if it's nerve pain, take that information from the chat. Okay. Try that because the hypericum will help with the nerve pain and the arnica will just help with general pain. All right. So you put the two together and you get the extra boost from their combined power because these are energy medicines. They're very powerful. And the wonderful thing about them is they're very inexpensive. You know, as compared to pharmaceuticals, they're pennies. So, you know, and we can get them. We don't need a prescription. They're available to us. So for me, in my life, they've been very empowering, you know, especially in those instances when doctor will tell you, you just got to live with this. There's nothing more we can do for you. That's not true. There are these beautiful homeopathic medicines that there's a cure for everything. And the doctors often aren't offering cures. They're just offering Band-Aids and patches. Meanwhile, the underlying problem is still there. So the homeopathics, you might need to go through multiple remedies to get to the ultimate cure because it's layers of healing. But you just address whatever the symptoms are. You treat the symptoms, whatever they are, with the right remedy, and that layer heals, then you move to the next layer. So there's great hope and ability to heal yourself this way. Do not have to live with pain. Everybody needs to know that. All those times those doctors tell you just go live with it, it's like, screw you, I'm not living with it. I'm an empowered soul. My body can heal itself if I give it what it needs. And these remedies are one of those things.
Thank you for sharing that. I've always believed in the homeopathic. I've just never had researched it or anything because I've always been a single mom raising my boys by myself. So never really had any time to, you know.
Yeah, that's why I talk about it all the time because it's been a game changer for me. Huge.
I appreciate you sharing all that information with us.
Yeah, it's just not acceptable that we as these divine souls should have to live that way. So yeah, this is the way to take back your power. And if you need more, just send me an email.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Does that answer your question for now?
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Debbie, you've got a question?
Good morning.
Morning.
Boy, what a week. First of all, thanks for the party last week. I wish you could have joined us.
You guys were having a lot of fun without me.
I was mowing and it was funny because I was going in and out and listening and talking, and it was great. But so my feeling was maybe we need to have something like that too. But anyway, onward and upward. This week's been really interesting. On Sunday, I got in a battle with a tree and I lost. I fell and hurt my hip. So this arnica stuff is really good for me. Duh. I knew that. Why didn't I add arnica?
Yeah.
Maybe the timing wasn't right because I tell people about arnica. So I will add that to my treatment plan. Saw my chiropractor on Monday. I went for a mindfulness walk hike on Wednesday with somebody you and I both know. That was also wonderful. Our park system puts it on for free. And because of that mindfulness, I feel like I'm leveling out a little bit.
That's great.
Which needed to do because last week and the week before and the week before, it's been a crisis mode. So I've needed to stay pretty centered and get back to center. So for those of you that have reached out, thank you. I am doing better than last week. So I'm just wondering, and I'm doing all the things that I said I was doing, and I'm feeling we got our boat out. Is there anything else that I need to be aware of to do? Is there anything we're missing, I guess is my question, that for my guides? If there's something in particular that I need to focus on, or do I just continue to try to stay in this mindfulness so that my wisdom is there?
So for Debbie, what guidance do you have right now? Peace. It's like, you know how you exhale? It's on the exhale, it's saying peace. So it's exhaling peace. Oh, that's beautiful because then it's spreading it around. Breathing in love, exhaling peace. Okay, I'm seeing red. What is that about? Oh, being more grounded. They knocked you on your butt to give you the message about being grounded.
I wondered about that. It was funny. It was really funny. I started laughing. I seriously started laughing because it was so hilarious.
Yeah.
Then I heard
Get it?
It was funny. And my first thought was, oh, I'm glad I had my helmet on. And I didn't have a helmet on at all. I had ear protectors on. And that's what saved my head. Yeah, it was kind of, yeah, I had a battle with the tree and lost.
Yeah. So is there anything else you want to share? Yeah, being grounded, going with the flow, focusing on your breathing. That's really important right now to help you stay balanced. But otherwise, you're good. And I'm seeing the red again. So that's reinforcing the being grounded.
Okay.
Don't forget, that's really important right now.
Okay. Stay grounded, which is also the boat. So getting connected to the water again. We're going out today to get things that we need to update the boat, another anchor, things like that.
Grounded.
Yeah, I'm sure for both of us.
No, an anchor.
Oh yeah, anchor, grounded. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, we have two anchors. Oh, I love it. Love you. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Thanks for being here.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, I think we're getting close. Susan, you've got a question?
Hi, Deborah.
Hi.
Thanks for doing the redo.
Oh, you're welcome.
I had an experience last Saturday after the Ask Your Guides session. Just a little background. I had been listening to a Subliminal CD to improve visualization. I was hoping that it might help my meditations because it supposedly works on colors and things like that. So I listened to it maybe for 3 weeks, twice a week. And last Saturday, I was watching a video on YouTube, and the camera was facing out a window, a large window. It took up the whole screen. And I saw a bird fly by instantly, and I jumped because a huge white dove came out of the screen into my room.
Wow.
And I was shocked, absolutely shocked. I reacted like there was a bird in my room. I jumped, I got up, I looked in the direction that it flew, and I realized I don't think there's a bird in my room, and I don't know what just happened. There's no feathers on the floor.
Mhm.
And it took me 15 minutes to get my bearings, and I don't know if I didn't even realize that I didn't remember in that instance that I'd been listening to this Subliminal CD, and I don't know if it was the influence of the CD on my imagination, or if I really experienced. I mean, I know I saw it. It was real. It came out of the screen into my room, and it was life size. It was the same size as a pigeon on the street.
Mhm.
It was huge, and I'm just like shook up about this whole thing. I don't know if, if it was because of this CD I was listening to in my imagination, or if it was a message to me.
Okay, so for Susan, this experience she had with the bird, was that caused by the Subliminal CD? Nope, it wasn't. Was it a message? Yeah, it was a message. It's about you connecting at a deeper level. It was like, hello, you've crossed this threshold. You've been working towards this for a really long time, baby stepping your way towards it. You've gotten to a place where it's more visceral, which your visions could always be very visceral, but there was always like a veil between you. That's why you weren't seeing the colors. There was a veil.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like the veil is lifting. You can now experience it as a 3D experience, which it always was, but you just weren't seeing it.
That's incredible. Absolutely incredible.
It's like a huge wake up, right? Screaming at you, wake up. Here it is, right
Yeah.
in your face. And this is how it can always be.
Oh, that's exciting. That's very exciting. Oh, good. I'll keep listening to that CD. I was afraid to listen to it this past week because that really kind of shocked me. But I'm going to keep listening to it. That's amazing.
As long as it feels good.
Yeah, it did. I mean, it was a white dove. It was, and I wasn't frightened. I was startled because something real came into my space.
Yeah.
But I wasn't frightened, and it wasn't negative. It was a beautiful white dove.
But remember, when you go into meditation in the Akashic records, it is real. It's as real as you and I sitting here right now. It's a different reality, but it is still real.
Yeah. Wow. Very exciting.
Yeah.
So do my guides have any messages for me?
Anything you want to share with Susan today? Trust it, know it, believe it, because it is so. Moving forward with this new knowledge, allow it to expand, because it will expand even more. That's just a taste. There's
Wow.
more to come. Yeah.
Very exciting.
So don't let fear come in or doubt come in. Push it away. That doesn't belong in that sacred space. Flow with the joy. Allow yourself to be lifted up.
Wow.
Get the full experience. You might levitate in your visions, and that's fine too. You can you can get into the body of the bird, and you can fly if you want to. All of that's
wow.
in your visions.
Wow. Thank you. That's so exciting.
Yeah. So imagine getting into the body of a bird, or you just morphing into a bird and then flying and then seeing the world from that perspective, how that might change you.
Okay.
So they're planting that seed for you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, where do we leave off here? Carmen, you had a second question. If there's time, we'll come back to that, but we're actually already over time, but let's see who else didn't get to ask a question yet. Just looking for anybody who hasn't asked a question yet. Is that everybody? Did I get all the first round of questions? Looks like it. Okay, Larry, remember you need to put your question in chat because I don't see the hands. I just happen to see yours now. So go ahead and ask your question.
Trials and tribulations. This week was trying to get my license back, but the main question is, are we going to get a house soon? My friends and me. I guess that's the primary one because it's creating a lot of stress. We have to be out of here by a certain point.
Mm-hmm. So when will Larry get his house? What's the time frame? I'm getting less than 3 months.
Less than 3 months.
More than 2, less than 3. So somewhere between 2 and 3 months.
2 or 3 months. Do they see an area, like a location?
Do you have some areas that I can ask about? Or otherwise I just have to go directions.
I was looking at Ben Salem and Langhorne, Trevos, and
Okay, slow down one at a time. Ben Salem, an optimal place for Larry to find a house. Ben Salem is good. What was the next one?
Trevos is right there. Langhorne was another one.
Trevos.
The other one was.
Trevos is also good. What about Langhorne? No, Langhorne is not good.
What about well, Warrington's too expensive. I know that, but not that way.
Well, you got 2 yeses.
Okay.
So those are good places to look.
Because another reason I want to get a house is because I want to start a dog business too, if that's possible, when I get my dogs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, anything is possible, but one step at a time. Don't get too far ahead of yourself. Take care of the housing situation.
Okay. Well, that helps.
Yeah, one step at a time.
And I'm trying to keep my sacred space. I'm trying not to let things, the negative things, get to me. I'm actually overcoming a lot of stuff in the last 3 years.
Really
so
important right now. So it's good you're focusing on that because there's so much.
The house fire did a lot of damage in a lot of different ways, but now I'll be coming into some money, which helps.
Mm-hmm.
Well, selling the house.
The fire in a way is a transformation, isn't it? So if you can look at it as an opportunity rather than a devastation, it's an opportunity to wipe the slate clean and start over.
Yeah. I just lost so much. That's why it hurts,
Yeah. But you didn't need those things. They're just things. They're not.
Well, I lost my puppy too, which I loved.
But your puppy would have gone if the soul wasn't ready to go. So if it wasn't the fire, it would have been something else.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lost Michaela and Goldie both. I lost them both.
When a soul departs a body, it's because it's ready to go. So whether it was an accident like the fire or, a plane crash or anything or an illness, when they're ready, they find a way to exit.
Oh, So was it meant to be? Was
No,
that meant to be?
it was, well, I don't know about the fire was meant to be. It was just a convenient means for them to exit. They were ready.
Oh. So I want to get new dogs. Is that going to happen too?
What about getting new dogs? Is that an optimal choice for Larry? Yeah, once you've got a place for them, get yourself all settled. Don't be in a rush. Take your time because you want to get the right ones. You don't want to rush into it.
Yeah. Yeah. That helps.
Yeah,
Definitely.
one at a time.
The dogs bring me peace of mind and happiness and joy and all that. Yeah.
You're building a new foundation. So one brick, one step at a time. Just keep moving forward.
Okay.
Don't what was before and what you lost, because that only expands loss. Focus on gratitude for what you do have and hope and excitement for the future.
Okay.
Maintain that energy as much as possible. That will help you a lot.
Okay. Thank you, Debbra.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Okay, so Carmen, you had a follow-up question? I don't see it now. Disappeared.
Yeah. What I was asking is, it was only if my guide or angel had a message for me.
Okay. So for Carmen, is there any message that you'd like to share today? I'm hearing buzzing like bees.
Okay.
You have bees around you?
There's on the farm across the street, across the boulevard, and they want us to keep our grass long so that it has dandelion to feed them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so they're connecting dots for you between the bees and how bees are so industrious and they don't let any of that outside stuff influence them. They just go about doing their business.
Oh, okay.
That's how they survive. Take a lesson from the bees. Don't let all that distraction get in your way. You each day get up, go about your business, do what you need to do for you, and don't worry about the rest. Let the universe take care of that.
Okay. That's all, or anything else?
Yeah, they want you to take that lesson from the bees. So you might Google bees, read up on bees, and find out what other attributes they have that might be applicable to where you're at.
Okay.
There's more to be uncovered there. But they want you to focus on the bees and be inspired by them.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, anybody else speak up if I missed you?
I asked in the chat, Deborah, if my guides had any messages, if possible.
I don't see you. Who is this?
Oh, Sanchia.
Sanchia. Okay. And you asked what?
If my guides had any general messages they wanted to share.
For Sanchia. Anything else you want to share? They're just saying, go, 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 go. Green lights all the way. Just keep your eyes on the goal and keep moving forward. Don't let the distractions get in your way. You can just bat them away like a gnat. Keep going. You're in the flow. You're on your path and your purpose. Keep going, and it's good.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You.
Okay, so I think we're about ready to wrap unless there's anybody else that I missed. Oh, you're welcome, Linda. I'll go back and read all your comments about stones and stuff later. I just want to be sure I got all the questions. So if there's nobody else, let's take just a moment to bring our energy down and express our gratitude, because that's always so important to do. So we want to thank each and every one of you for being here today, for bringing your energy to this circle. Thank you to each and every one of our teams, to the collective, for all that is, for being with us, for taking such amazing care of us in the midst of what feels like chaos and tumultuous days. helping us to stay on our feet, to keep moving forward, to feel the sunshine on our faces. Thank you for that guiding hand, steering us in the right direction. We so appreciate that. Massive gratitude and love to all of you. What else? Anything else you want to share to close us down today? They're saying thank you all for being here. We appreciate you more than you can even know, because you are there doing the work. We're just guiding you. You're doing the hard part. Give yourself grace, give yourself credit, give yourself love for doing that. Deep appreciation. You have no idea how important you, each one of you, are to this grand plan that is being woven each and every day that you are a part of. You are the weavers. You are bringing the threads together to make this beautiful tapestry of life. We love and appreciate you so deeply. All right. So with that, thank you, everybody. And I will send you off to enjoy your weekend. Have a fabulous time, and we will gather again next month. Don't forget, first Monday in July, we'll gather on YouTube for the metaphysical chat. And meanwhile, just love and light to each one of you. Thank you for being here. Bye for now.